Real, the Urban Critic. This is the Gene for Real podcast. The Urban Critic. This is the Gene for Real podcast. Would you like to be interviewed today? I'd like to interview you. Fighting in America. And before I get started, let me give you a little bit of background on me. I've got about 40 years of experience with American Pit Bull Terrier. 40 years experience with a fighting Pit Bull Terrier. I've been to 40 different states and 2 countries, seeking all the knowledge that I've been able to come up with. I'm just talking wild now, so I gotta get in the groove. But anyway, yeah. It's become a big thing in the media here recently about cruelty, ethic, and humanity. I happen to believe that it's not cruel, it's not inhumane, and it is ethical to certain individuals. PETA, which is an Animal Care Act organization, has decimated farmers, This is Gene for Real, the Urban Critic, and today's subject matter is going to be legalizing of fighting pit bulls in the United States of America. Now, I'm going to have to identify you guys. I'm not professional. I haven't rehearsed any of these talks or these podcasts I'm going to do. I don't have no experience. I'm a layman when it comes to that. However, my content is what you pay attention to. Now, the reason I bring up about the decriminalization of pit bull dogs in America is the fact that I noticed in the change in the media, as far as what group of people was responsible for this so-called unethical, inhumane and unethical and immoral sport. Because I recognized back in the 70s, 80s, I started paying attention to the dog game about 85. And I noticed that they had some legendary dog fighters, dog breeders, and they were in every book and every magazine. And I would notice every now and then they would get busted, and it would be on the national news, but then they would somehow, as a sort of speak, get like slapped on the hand. And in a couple cases, they even they won big lawsuits. And then I looked at the prosecution of the African Americans that they say accused of fighting pit bulls. And so then I look at with Mike Vick, they destroyed his whole life, and it was apparent to me from the beginning that it wasn't about the dogs, it was about his wealth. Because in the media, all they kept talking about was, he's amazing out, he shouldn't be able to play in the NBA, NFL, he shouldn't be able to do this, he shouldn't be able to do that, he shouldn't be able to do this, all because he was accused of fighting a pit bull dog. Now, I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna go on and go to another topic now. Is similar to this. The UFC, the Barrel Knuckle Boxing Association, which happened to have been illegal in America for 100 years until about 11 years ago, they was able to get new legislation to legalize bare knuckle boxing. It had been deemed inhumane and cruel in America. But the European guy with the deep pockets, he put up a big gallant fight, and next thing you know, legislation was changed, and we've got bare knuckle boxing again, just like the UFC. I don't know if you know about the UFC. The Gracie's family initially owned the UFC. They sold it for $1 million to Dana White and his group, investment group, $1 million. And that was due to the fact that every time they would promote a fight and try to market and really get it going, social media and all the politicians were against it. Even McCain, he had said, I think it's Governor McCain, he said that that he likened it to human cockfighting. See? But now soon as Dana White, I call it a theft, soon as Dana White and his group, investment group, was able to buy it for a mere $1 million, then next thing you know, they were talking about them. There was Fortune 500, and they was the biggest thing since cotton candy at a fair. And I don't see the difference. And now it's the biggest thing moving. Now that they got it, see. Now go back to the dog fighting. You got Michael Vick and various other professional athletes now. One guy just got convicted last week. I can't remember what his name or what state it was, but it's in the United States. He was an ex-NFL player. They say it's the largest pit bull fighting ring bust ever in the United States. They confiscated 190 dogs off his property. Okay. So my thing is, who derived and who came up and decided that dog fighting was cruel and inhumane, unethical? Where did that come from? Okay. You'll take me, myself, I would rather watch a dog fight. I think that's more humane and ethical than watching two grown men, where their parents didn't raise them up to fight in a ring for money in front of millions of people. Now, mind you, some of them end up with broken orbital sockets, concussions, broken necks, broken backs, broken legs, broken arms, poked out eyes, broke nose, broke jaw, knocked out teeth, broken feet, and some have even died. Now, how can it be that a dog, which is a beast of burden, for all the Christians, it's in the Bible, it's a beast of burden. How did it become more important for the dog than the human? And I've interviewed many of individuals, and I would ask them, is the dog part of your family? They would say yes. And I say, okay, do you believe in UFC? Do you believe in boxing and bare knuckle boxing? They say, yeah, I like it, I love it. I say, well, would you let your dog fight? They say no. And I'd be stunned, and I'm like, why wouldn't you? It's cruel. And I go again, where did you get that from? Where? They never have answers. They just, well, it's just cruel. So I say, it seems to me more so that a dog is disposable, and whereas a human is not. A human could actually incur an injury in that ring to it leads to, he needs lifetime 24-hour care. Not disposable at all. See, my understanding on dog fighting came this way. I took a sociology class at the local city college, and I done so well on my midterm titled "Legalization of Dog Fighting in America." The legalization of dog fighting in America. That was the title, and since I got an A on it, and so at the end of the semester, the professor chose 6 or 7 individuals to have a group, and then we had a little project we had to work on, and mine, since I won, our topic was legalization of dog fighting in America, and mind you, one of the fellows in my group got into an argument, almost got into a fisticuff in the classroom. Because the other guy, not in my group, but the other guy, he says over to him, you act like these dog, you're dog, you like this is cruel and mean. And the guy in my group said, excuse my language, you guys, but he said, mother effer. He goes, this is a class, and we're doing a project. What are you talking about? Right. So then the professor jumps up, and she gets in between it and breaks everything up. And this is what she says. She goes, you're not wrong. She says the forefathers of humanity and ethic said that the forefathers say that you, as an individual, can't, as a figure of speech, can't look over my back fence and look at what I'm doing and judge me cruel or inhumane or unethical. It just doesn't work that way, because it has mitigating issues and circumstances and developing one's ethic and one's morality and one's moral understanding. And so with that being said, when she told me that the forefathers' understanding of morality and humanity and ethic and how it's derived, it clicked in my brain that all these pet advocacy groups were full of BS. They were full of BS. They were playing on the emotion of individuals for donations to run their business. So whenever let me go back here. Getting kind of mixed up here. I said earlier I wasn't professional, but I want to go back to when I talk about the interviews. I'd always ask an interview. I say, "What do you?" When they say, I say, "Do you think dog fighting is cruel?" And they say, "Yeah." I said, "Well, where'd you get that from?" They can't have no answer. And I ask them about their son. They would let their son fight. So I ask them, what's the difference? And this is where the key comes. They say, well, the dog can't let you know you're forcing him to fight, right? And then my response to when a person tells me they're forcing someone to fight, my response is, you can't force nobody to fight. It's not possible. If me and another person got into a conflict and he punched me 10 times and I never hit, kicked, spit, made any functional forward movement to aggressing him, that's not a fight, that's assault. So I have to be willing in my own mind to strike back at an individual for it to be a fight. And he has to strike at me and I have to strike back for it to be a fight. Okay? So I say to him, so you say the dog can't it's cool, the dog, it might be hurting him. He said, you're forcing him to fight. You don't know, he might don't want to fight no more. And I say to him, well, how much experience do you have with a pit bull? And they'll say, well, I had one for about 10 years. So I said, is that right? I said, how much understanding do you have with knowledge do you have of a fighting pit bull? And obviously they're going to say no. I said, and then that's where my point where I come in. Where did you get this understanding then? If you have no knowledge, no experience with a fighting pit bull, how do you know that the pit bull cannot tell his owner that I don't want to fight no more, I'm enjoying this, stop this fight? How do you know that the dog doesn't have the capability to tell his master, his owner, that? You've already said yourself that you consider the dog as part of the family. So I'm kind of mystified how you would put the dog, the canine, the beast of burden, on a pedestal higher than the highest praise one could get is a son, a male, offspring, human. How could you put a canine on a pedestal over a human? See? If you're ethical and humane and have a high moral road, that's a simple answer. There's no comparison. So now go back to it. When I tell him, when he says no, he has no experience, that's when I ask him, why are you saying all this? You just said you don't know the dog. Well, no, so I tell him, well, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. They do have a way of telling you if it hurts or if it doesn't. They do have a way of telling you, I don't want to fight no more. They do have a way of telling you that. So now what's your take on it? And now they're our. Well, it's still evil, still mean. Some of them will go that way, and then some of them will say, well, now that you put it like that, I have to rethink it. Now that you like that, I have to rethink it. And see, so myself, what I believe is going to happen, eventually, they're going to legalize it again. It became a felony in 1975, the Animal Welfare Act. 75, they made a felony to pit two dogs against each other. And my overall goal is to help repeal that old legislation and put into new law into legalizing pit bull fighting in America, locally and abroad. That I see no different than BKFC and mixed martial arts. Same results. However, there's one unique issue involved. The canine is disposable, and the human is not. And you look at all the enterprising industry that will be developed, and all the jobs and businesses that will be enhanced from legalizing pit bull dog fighting. But what's going to happen is, I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's going to be a white man. It has to be a white man who comes up with the idea that it should be legal. Now, he can use my whole context of what I'm saying. He can steal that and use that, and it'll become legalized. I just look at history on how it became illegal. See, if you know the history, if you have source documented information, is laid out clearly for you. When the blacks start getting into the dogfighting scene more heavily, a lot of the whites start exiting the business, especially as they start losing a lot of fights and stuff. They start exiting the sport. See, and then once the blacks stole the face of dogfighting, that's when it became more cruel and more inhumane and more immoral. When the blacks took the face of dogfighting. You look on Facebook every other day on Facebook, they got a black person showed up there arrested for fighting dogs. But if you look at who's selling and raising breeding and selling all these fighting dogs, it's the white man. Now, I'm just trying to find out exactly just how this is going like this. It's America. Yes, I do think eventually it'll become legalized. It'll just take the right group of individuals, the right group of individuals with the right message, the right point. And that's going to be going straight to the forefathers and how society has been tricked by PETA and a lot more of the so-called